This is weird. Okay. Good morning. I tried to go live on my laptop so that way I can do closed captioning, and it's not letting me do it without a streaming service. While I was uploading a video for next week for the bag of the month for to be released so everyone can see it, I was looking at different YouTubers. I was asking for advice, and everyone's telling me I have to go through a streaming service to get closed captioning. Good morning. I am trying. I'm just like kind of baffled of why YouTube does not have that as a feature. It's YouTube. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Saturday, everyone. It's the weekend. My plan is I stayed up really, I did my video for the bag of the month, and it's roughly about 2 hours and 45 minutes, and that's on the longer side for me. But this bag has a lot of, it's not a lot of pieces. It's just a lot of pockets and a lot of cool steps and a different way to put on a flap, and it's just amazing. So I did that, but then YouTube decided that it was going to take like 3 hours to upload. So I was up until like 2 o'clock. I need some coffee, and I want a bear claw. Now out here we have Dunkin' Donuts, and Krispy Kreme's is pretty far away from me. I miss Krispy Kreme's in California. I love the smell of fresh donuts when they're just getting made. That's heaven. But out here, I can't get bear claws, and that's what I want right now. And my husband's like, "You always ask for a bear claw, and you know no one around here has any." And I'm like, "I know, a girl could dream, right?" I made myself a latte, but I want a bear claw, and I kind of want a flat white. I need like something with a lot of caffeine. Yeah, it was really like, so Kendall edited, right? Because you guys all know that he edits my videos, and he put the new intro and outro that Hope has on there. It's super cute too. And then, so I was waiting for him, and he was done at 12. I was watching Shotgun Wedding on Amazon, which is kind of funny. It's kind of funny. It's corny as all heck, but it's funny. I mean, who has a destination wedding that pirates take over and are trying to hurt hostages? But it was funny. It's not like, oh, this movie's serious. It's like one of those movies that you want to sit back, and if you're not paying attention to it all, it's going to be fine because you just know it's meant to be a comedy. It's funny. And J-Lo, holy heck, she is goals as heck. I want to look like her at her age. Her body's amazing. Her face is amazing. I know everyone's like, oh, she has exercisers or trainers, cooks and chefs. Yes, you're right. But it's also genetics. If you look at her sisters and her family, they all look like that. It's just genetics. Some people are just blessed to be that good looking. She just is amazing. And I love the fact that she's still playing, lead roles, and they don't have her like as a mother or something like that. They have her in the roles that she wants. So it was a funny movie. I like Josh Jamal. I've always had a weird crush on him. He's funny too. He's like underrated. I don't think people appreciate him as much as they should. So I am cleaning up my work area. Today I'm going to test one of my tests. I'm debating on if I'm going to do, there's 2 tests coming out. One has a very like high end, like, oh my God, they say only like 1 out of 1 million people know somebody that has this bag. So there's that one, but I haven't got the fabric that's like calling to me to get it yet. And there's another one that will be perfect for like an every single day bag. So I'm thinking I might do the every single day bag and then work on a custom order. I have a custom park sling for So Sweetness. That's like one of my busy ones this month. And then hopefully go to bed earlier. I am so tired. Hi, good morning. Yeah, I cannot believe that. So he got done. I got done filming at 9. It took him till 12 to edit everything. I was up until almost 3 o'clock in the morning uploading it because I learned a valuable lesson. If you upload it and it doesn't say like the SD quality is complete, it won't upload it. Like I've closed down and I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to go to bed. I got the link. You have to wait till a certain part. Yes, happy Saturday. Can you like seriously? Okay, today's the 28th. Today is the 28th. Wednesday is what, the 1st of February? We're getting really close to so magical Valentine's Day. Good morning. Yeah, we're getting close to everything. I'm just like, I know I want to find like a really cool like Valentine's Day thing to do. I think I want to get the kit from I was talking to Jaded. I commented on Jaded. Jaded says she got the kit for Sally Tomatoes for the Bella wallet. I went on there last night. The kits are 25% off. I went on there and I was like, oh, I want to get a kit. But now I want all the kits. The red, the crocodile, and the it's like a light yellow, I guess, and the robin egg blue. I was like, I want to make all of these into wallets. Good morning. I don't know. It's like hilarious to me that it's going to be February. I mean, I just felt like I keep, like in all my emails this month, how I naturally respond, because I'm always happy when it's a new year, because it's like a new start, a new beginning of your chapter, kind of like birthdays. I'm always excited about birthdays because it's a new chapter in your life. And that's how I feel about New Year's. So all my emails, whenever someone emails me or I email out, I'm like, Happy New Year, you know? And I feel like you can't kind of say Happy New Year on February 1st. So I'm kind of saddened by that. I get one of those people that get like sad after Christmas. Even if I had got absolutely nothing for Christmas, I just like the holidays. I get definitely sad when Halloween is over. I totally need a calendar that says the day after Halloween on November 1st, like 364 days until Halloween. Because I love Halloween. Yeah, and February does fly by. February is the coldest out here. February is when we usually get our snow. We haven't had real snow. We've had like hail and a little bit of mushy snow. It's been temperatures to become snow, but Maryland, we just really haven't had snow. Like, let me see what the temperature is right now. Like, right now, we're at a nice 38 degrees. And I think the high is like 40 something. And the rest of the week is going to be low. We have the temperatures. It's just no snow. Yeah, isn't it a little bit of bummer? Okay, so here, I like snow. I don't necessarily like driving in snow. We live in a really small community. So weird thing about this is the fun facts about Columbia, Maryland. Columbia, Maryland was made in the 70s. Even my father-in-law was a part of making this. Columbia, Maryland was an area where they wanted multicultures, multi-religions to live in this area. So that we all can be like a melting pot. And Columbia, Maryland is. Another thing Columbia, Maryland has is everything is walkable distance. So like if I wanted to go to the grocery store, I can literally walk not a half a mile. I'm at a grocery store. The mall is not a half a mile away from me. CVS, doctor's appointment. My kid's doctor is the next block over. All the schools are within a half a mile. This is the way they built Columbia. So it's even the hospital for ER, I literally could throw a rock and hit it. It's just the way they build it. It's meant to be a more community. There's a lot of beautiful like churches, synagogues, you name it, we have it. Like even are in Columbia. I don't know if it's all in Maryland, but like there's days that they took off for the Chinese New Year's. We take off Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. We take off before the US had Juneteenth as an actual holiday. It was a holiday here in Columbia. It's a very pretty, a very pretty immersive, very like open to religion, open to interracial marriages, open to same gender or non-gender marriages. It's a very open community. And like when we see things on the outside, like people hating somebody because they want to change the gender, or they want to be, they just want to be a person, they don't want to have any pronouns or nouns. Our school systems, our community is kind of built to be like that. Now, we're not all perfect. There are bad things that can happen into anywhere. In the best areas, something bad can happen, because let's call a spade a spade. Thieves usually go try to find the best areas to get something because they're going to score more than they can in a lower poverty area. So like our school systems, like no kid takes lunch to school. Everyone has a code and everyone gets free lunch. And if you're a family that's under, like, if you're not able to afford dinner because you're like a working parent, single parent, or you're not in the tax bracket, your kid has an opportunity to gain like dinners. They can come right after school, order dinners, and dinners not just for them, but the whole entire family. That I live in a really, I'm so honored and so happy that I live in the area that I did, because I was going to live in Philly. I really wanted to live there, and it's because I just love the city life. It's a little it, to Columbia is a little city and a little country mixed in together, and it's different from everything else. Like I have friends that live in PG County, Baltimore, DC, like all within it, and they don't have the same things as we have. It's a very interesting community. So my kids are right now getting sad because all of like most of the winter stuff is going to happen in February, and they know that they'll start like spring, but spring out here really does not happen until like the end of April. We've got weird snowstorms in like April and even the beginning of May sometimes. It's not like a lot, but it happens. It's pretty chilly out here until after Memorial Day. So I don't know. I'm really excited though, but I'm also really kind of worried because I follow Texas. I have two family friends and that live in Texas, and whenever you guys have those ice freak storms, it's always in February. Yeah, Silver Springs is, oh, I used to work at this I would like do little craft shows and make things for a retirement home in Silver Springs. Like I used to make these little bunnies for like breast cancer awareness for like and hospice and stuff like that. So Silver Springs is awesome. My husband liked to work there. He didn't he did not like, okay, this is weird. I leave my car unlocked. I'll when my kids go to school or whatever, sometimes my door is not fully locked. And the worst thing that's ever happened to us is someone did break into our car, but they didn't take any parts. They just took the chargers, which really ticked us off because we all know how valuable chargers are. Your family will go to war with each other over chargers. I know it's not just my family. my my Someone steals my charger, all Hades is breaking loose. I'm just going to throw that out. Yeah, Columbia, Maryland's pretty cool. When I worked at Waste Management in Arizona, they transferred me over from California to Arizona, and then when I wanted to transfer, I had three places to choose from: West Virginia, Philadelphia, and it was like Allentown, PA. And then Columbia. And my when we were discussing with family members, when we finally got around to telling our father-in-law that we're going to be moving to the east, but we are just trying to figure out which area, he like went into like a puppy wagging his tail. He's like, "Oh my God, you got to live in Columbia." And I'm like, "Why? The cost of living is more expensive than the other two." So in my head, I wanted to live in either the other ones because the cost of living is less. Now, hear me out. The cost of living in Maryland is not the same as California. Um, I, I live in California all my life, and that was the one thing I absolutely hated is the cost of living. Kind of like I guess New Yorkers feel like that. Like when you go to a friend's house and they're like, "Oh, I spent $700,000 on my apartment," and it's a studio apartment that barely has a shower in their bathroom. You're like, "What the heck did you spend that money on?" Cost of living in certain locations are astronomical. Yes, it was. It is. It's like doubling your income. Like you're like not like robbing Peter to pay Paul on paychecks. Like I have a nice sized house, and if this if we bought our house in California, this house would have been like $1 million out there. And that is the part that is freaking crazy. And also the tree aspect. It's weird. I love city life, but I love trees. And when you live in California, you know this better than anyone else. If there is a tree, they will build on it. There are certain areas they do not build on, like Joshua Tree Park, if you go down to Napa, and certain areas up further up north. But mostly California, because there's the quantity of people, if there's a tree, they build on it. Um, they're always in construction, and they're like, you don't get to see nature. Like, I seen cows because I lived in Ontario, California for a little while, and like it was like cow nation. But even when I went back to visit a few years later, there's no more cows over there off of I lived in Ontario off of Alder Drive. There's no more cows in that area. And I was like, what? They built a school and they built a shopping center. So yeah, it's the cost of living out there is ridiculous, but I miss the food. I'm going to say this again. I miss the food. Even though Colombia is a melting pot, I miss my food. I miss going to get menudo on Saturday. I miss going to hole in the wall places. I miss going to Alberto's, In and Out. Everything that we don't have. We don't have Del Taco out here. I don't even like Del Taco. But whenever I would go out with my friends, I would always get the fries because I think it's funny that you can get taco fry, like fries up there. I don't have In and Out. I don't have In and Out, people. Wiener Schnitzel, all that stuff, I don't have. I don't have a Carl's Jr. And then when I lived in Arizona, I got spoiled off of Whataburger. There's no Whataburger out here. El Pollo Loco, oh my God, yes. El Pollo Loco is my spot. Oh, and there's this place. If you just Google it, if you're in California, there's this place in Los Angeles, right? They open up these donuts, these massive donuts, and they shove fresh strawberries and strawberry syrup that they just made. Oh my God. It's pink hot dogs. Just go. I miss Dodger dogs and Dodger beer. Yeah. I went to the Oreos game twice, and both times I freeze. The first time I thought it was really cool because we're going in May, and I thought, hey, it's going to be in the 70s or 80s. No. In the bleachers, it felt like we were freezing to death. Both times I went, we were freezing, and it was like May-ish, like the beginning or towards the end of May, and don't do that. I miss fast food. I mean, we have fast food like Chick-fil-A and McDonald's, but I don't know when the last time I seen a Burger King. I don't. There's no Arby's. Jack in the Box. Yes, those cheap tacos. Literally, I told Christina when I go to Texas, I'm like looking at fast food joints that I can go to get my fix because I don't know when the next time I'm gonna get it. Oh my, Whataburger is everything. Is like everything. And Arizona had these really cool their rest stops where you get gas. Oh my God, they had like the best slushies, and they would have like these big like pickles in these packages, and I was like, I miss that. Love my house. I miss fast food. I miss going to like Alberto's, I'm telling you, and Farmer's Boys. I'm gonna have someone like air send me some fast food or something. So why I digress. The reason why I brought up fast food is Bear Claws. There's nowhere near me where I can get a Bear Claw. I don't really like Bear Claws. I just woke up this morning and was like, yeah, I want like a flat white and a Bear Claw, and I'll be okay. There's no Bear Claws. Yeah. Oh yeah. Monica taking me to In and Out. Okay, sorry. Oh no, I know. Oceanside, California is amazing. I have family that lives out there. It is the most beautiful city. As long as it's not fog. Now, Oceanside in San Diego has this really weird thing with fog. It's like the things that our horror movies are made from. It's either a spectacularly gorgeous, bright, and sunny, and you can see water reflecting, or you get this Freddy Krueger fog that you're like Jason's behind the corner and he's coming after me. It's the weirdest fog. You also get this fog when you're trying to go into Riverside. There's this from like if you're trying to go into Riverside from other parts of the IE, there's this area on the 210 that like just fog. So yeah, San Diego. Oh God, yeah. I'm telling you, San Diego. If you go to Suicide, try to go a day earlier and go to SeaWorld and go to the Lego Park. Go to the attractions that are out there. You have Disneyland, you have Knoxbury. I miss Knoxbury Farm. They have really good jam. They really good jam. And get a churro for me. Be like, this one's for you, Shinova. Yeah, because my Costco doesn't have churros. Yeah. I'm just letting you know the simple things that you take every day for granted. Oh, I'm going to Costco's. I'm going to get a smoothie and a churro. Oh, Winsel's is good too. We have a Panera. Um, oh my God. I wonder if it's still in the mall. I don't know. Something. All. I don't know. I know this can't be just our state, but ever since COVID, like all these little shops that were in the mall are disappearing. That's why I was telling you guys about my eyebrow venture. Like I don't trust people with my face, and the person I did, she no longer has a shop and she's no longer practicing because of what happened in COVID. Um, I went to the mall and it was like tumbleweeds, and the Mall of Columbia is pretty big for Maryland. Oh yeah, I have a lot of templates. What you see, I have the Mabel behind me. It's a good seller. A lot of people like it. It generally goes for like just general like if somebody wants it for prom or if somebody wants it for a church function. I have the Mabel behind me. Other behind me is my favorite pattern from Mrs. H is the Dainty Day Tripper. I can make that bag in my sleep. I don't even need the instructions on that one. Then I have the Bell bag and bag stock. And then my whole, Monica could tell you, all my whole room is lined with different templates. If I make a bag more than 3 times, I generally get the template. Like, because that means that it's a good seller. Like I use the heck out of Erica Bowler bag. Yeah. And I'm waiting for some other people to come out with templates. I don't know if you guys have watched Shannon from Knotted Thread. She makes geeky so elegant. It's not even funny. Like, and she does these really nice clips. She has the Mayfair bag that I've been wanting to get templates from, and I think she may be allowing someone to do it. That bag, that is the best bucket bag I've ever made. Like, it's perfection. It does take, that one is a little longer. You know, you're going to be cutting and sewing for a full day if you could do it uninterrupted, but it is a gorgeous bag. And then Winnie Vu from Thumbs and Thimbles, she carries special hardware for the Mayfair bag with like the screw and grommets, and like I got it in burnt orange, teal, and purple. I'm just waiting to get some D rings and stuff in that color because I like messing with different color hardware like that we normally don't have. You'll see I made I made it for, hopefully I will be able to show this on Sunday or Monday. I made another Erica Bowler bag, but it is snow white. Wait, hold on. Let me see. If Winnie already has the preview in her thing, I can show you. I only strike for Winnie from Thumbs and Thimbles, Olivia from Alchemats, and Susie from So Girly So Fun. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, she has the album up, I think. No, yes. No, she doesn't. Hold on. She might. And she has a retail coming up. Don't miss out on her retail. She always has really nice. But if you can see, if you look at, yeah, she does. All right, so this is round 4. I think it's in round 14. Let me show you. Oh. So, Again, for those who haven't heard, a strike is when a company gives you fabric to strike for them to make a bag so that they can help selling their pre-orders. And I got Snow White, but the hardware is this really pretty, like, hammered blue. I bought this from, is it Indolove? Indo Bloom? Look at this. It's so cute. And then the zipper pulls when you open it up. You have a zipper pocket that is metallic, and then a slip pocket. So that my husband's taking pictures with the kids, well, not kids, Faith with it today, so I can start promoting it tomorrow. Yes, it's really pretty. You know what's funny? I'm not a Snow White lover. Out of all the princesses, she's the one that annoys me the most, and it's the most creepiest thing. Like, if you were to tell like Snow White in the modern day, you'd be like, yeah. So my dad married someone that was younger, then he mysteriously died from some elements. And during the time that I lived with her, she made me like work like I was a peasant in there. Then she has some radical idea from the magic mirror that she talks to that nobody else has seen the other person. So maybe she has something else going on. That she has to eat and take my heart so she can remain beautiful. I somehow go on a run and the huntsman lets me go and gives her a swine's heart. Why I'm magically in the forest, I fall asleep, and then 7 fae men come and get me. So these fae-like creatures bring me back to their house. I live there, and they tell me to stay in the house, but I continue to do stupid stuff until the 3rd time when I bite this poison apple. Then the fae-like creatures decide to put me in a glass coffin, and a man that I've never met in my life kisses me, and I wake up. I feel like Snow White didn't age well. At all. This, I mean, like, she, there's, they're 7, they're fae. Like, I went back and watched it. They're like fae-like creatures. So, okay, they're dwarves or whatnot, but they all have weird personalities, and they're like, yeah, cool, you can stay in our house, just cook and clean for us, and we'll just be off to work. Did her situation get better? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's really weird. And like, she sees all this magical stuff happening around her and she's oblivious to it too. Like, yeah, he's a fae of some sort. Like, there's a lot. This is the way you tell the story. So when I got this, I was like, I don't know how much I could put into it to make it feel good because I don't really fully trust this movie. But it this red vinyl is Lauren's Morbinos. This blue vinyl is from like Joann's, and I cut out a little bow and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna use blue hardware, and it came out really cute. But yes, not fully invested in the Snow White story. I think that's why so many people, like, you hear grown women be like, yeah, Tangle is a beast. Yeah, man, she took a frying pan and made that stuff a lethal weapon. You hit somebody with a pan, they're going unconscious, and if you hit them in the right thing, it could be the end. That's just, it is like a cast iron. So she's wielding this thing. She's not like weak like we think we are, because she like is able to think about it. She's technically doing those rope things that you see women and men like going down on with her hair. So she does have strength. She's also pulling up her mother she thinks is her mother up her hair. So she has physical strength, and she wields a cast iron pot as a weapon. Now, did she have like Munchausen syndrome? Yeah, we seen it in the movie, like, oh, I need to go back, or no, I don't. But all in all, it wasn't about Eugene saving her. She's kind of saved herself. So I don't know. And then we got like Elsa, who's like team I can do it by myself. And Snow White didn't age well. But I like Cinderella because Cinderella has redeeming qualities when you watch the 2nd and the 3rd one. And you're like, okay. But that's Hope's pet peeve. She can't stand Cinderella. She's like, how do you dance with someone and be like, I'm in love in one night? And I was like, So I showed her the one Ever After with Drew Barrymore. She loves it. Let's see. No, I haven't made the Limosa yet. I know Country Cow has it up. I'm going to ask her for permission. I was kind of waiting for the box. I have the pattern. If you bought the kit, check your emails because she sent us also the PDF. But I want to wait until I get my kit so I can show you it and work with it because that fabric looks gorgeous. Yeah, love. It's really true. I'm just saying. So for me to make this, and I was like, oh, all right, I kind of like the Snow White bag, and let's see, um, oh, yeah, I will let you know what kind of programs you use your SVGs to. I try to cut things out with my ScanNCut, and it never really doesn't work out for me the way I wanted to. I need to desperately take a class. So the brother's place that's the nearest to me is like an hour and a half drive. So I never have the gumption to be like, oh, do you have any classes? Inkscape. I like Cinderella's dress. I like the concept of somebody's watching after her, but then you're kind of like side eyeing, like if you watched after me and you seen that like my dad died and my mom, my new stepmom, and my stepsisters basically treated me less than a servant. Where the heck were you for like the past 7 years? Oh, you're like, oh, she's alive, so I'm doing my job. But then one night where you think, oh, my higher ups will love me if they let you go to this ball. That's the only scenario. I don't know, but Cinderella has redeeming traits with Ever After. That's my favorite Cinderella story, and my second favorite Cinderella story. And a lot of people are not aware of it. A lot of people think that Brandy Northwoods was the first like people of color Cinderella. That is not that's not true. There's a TV made for movies called it's called Cindy, and that's my second one because the music in there is outrageous. But um but there's a book wise, it's called Twisted Tales of it's Twisted Tales. They have 13 or 14 books. They take princesses or strong female characters that they have for movies and they change it up. So in the version of Cinderella, she gets kidnapped and somehow she gets herself out. The fairy godmother was able to let her dog help her. She gets out and then to like find the prince because the way the magic work is like the prince has no idea about her at all. She starts working as in the castle as a servant, and the prince's aunt takes a shining to her because she realizes that she likes to read and she has a nice demeanor. It's a really good book. It's called The Twisted Tales. That's one of my favorite ones, and the Rapunzel one, because the way the Rapunzel one works is that Rapunzel doesn't have the sun drop in her. She has the moon drop, and her hair can kill people. It is really it's really interesting. I hope they bring all these weird things to Disney Plus. They need to bring these book series. I like to read. Yeah, if you ever want to hear something on Audibles, get The Twisted Tale. The one that's kind of like blah blah, but I like the ending. I'm not going to ruin it for you. Is what is it? Beauty Belle. Um the story's very similar, but the Beast acts really different, and Belle's a little bit more she's a little bit more tough, but the ending was nothing like I expected. Actually, the ending should have been ended like this in the original movie. Oh, yeah. I wanted to get okay. So, my 2023 plan is sometime before the end of this year. I either want to get a circuit or a stiletto or whatever because every time I see someone cutting out those SVGs, they look amazing. So that is a goal that of mine. The ScanNCut has 3 blades. And you have to play around with the pressure before you do it. I usually use a ScanNCut for the SVGs or when I'm making handmade cards as thank you. I don't really use it on vinyl that much because I've had so many bad situations happen, and like it will drag or pill up off the mat, and I have to do like painter's tape all around the area for me to do it. But again, I think that's user error and it's me. But I don't know. Whenever I see people talking about SVGs, they're always talking about like circuit, um, or still like the silhouette or whatever. And I'm like, I'm going to try to get one of these things to mess around with it. I I basically use my brother's ScanNCut to make funny T-shirts for myself. Or I like, as you guys see every single day, I have like a weird nerdy T-shirt on. So things like that. This it has like a deep blade and a regular blade, and the deep blade can be used on is wood chip board and things along that line. So my husband, he will cut out things with that. Or if I try to do like a really cool molding with vinyl and I use wood chip underneath. I'll show you guys that technique. I have this whole Moon Knight bag stuck in my head that I think I'm going to be doing in the month of February sometime. Um, and I'll show you how I create like a 3D image onto a bag without, applique. There's many ways you can do that. But yeah, so today I'm going to do a tester bag. I just got to figure out which one I want to do. And then hopefully I'll have enough time to cut out my orders. I have quite a few orders. They're coming in, so I'm no complaints. The past 4 months has been tremendously, it's positive. Like, because sometimes there was like negatives in 2021 where there would be like months that I would not get a custom order, and you're like self-doubting. It's been pretty steady for a couple months now, and I'm really grateful for it, and just going to keep pushing out bags. And I think I might film tonight, I think. But I also have a sick Hopi. So we took her to the doctors, and the first doctor was like, "Oh, it's just another cold." They swabbed her throat, and she has strep again. Now Hope has had strep 4 times within 6 months. So now they're sending her to an ENT because they're afraid that she might need to get her tonsils out. My youngest son had his tonsils out at 3, turning 4, and it was the most horrible experience as a mom in my life. I've never cried and been scared so much. So Hope is a really resilient person, but when she's in a world of pain, she shuts down and she becomes evil Hope. So that's not something I really want. So I want to figure out what kind of alternatives we could do first before we try to take something that out of her during surgery. Like I'm not one for surgery but she's had it so many times. But the thing is, her school has, like, I swear every single day we get notifications, either someone has COVID or they have type 1 or 2 flu or strep. So like basically her whole math classes. And she wears a mask. She's the one kid that wears a mask. I don't know. So I'm really frustrated with this. So she's on antibiotics. Her little throat's hurting. But she's that person like, did you take a cough drop? No. But you're coughing and your throat hurts, right? Can I get a Luden? That's like candy cough drops. No, you go get a Halls. They're so gross. I'm like, medicine's not supposed to taste good. So that's what I'm dealing with too. And pictures for bags. So I have to get Hope Faith into different outfits, and they all have to have some kind of jackets because it's not even 40 degrees yet. I need to take some pictures outside and take some pictures indoors. That's basically the plan, and hopefully I could watch a movie tonight or something. I did watch Shotgun Wedding last night while uploading, so I thought I was laughing. So if you want to watch something that makes absolutely zero sense, this is not a scenario that ever can happen, but has a like shoot load of people that are like famous, and it was funny, and it kind of the family dynamic was kind of funny though too, and realistic. So that is my plans for today. Oh, I didn't even see all these. Yeah, the 3D one I've done before on a Shambella bag with flowers, and it's with wood chip. It's a very interesting technique, and the thing is when you do it the first time, it's not going to be successful. I still have to mess around with it. You never know. I take that back. Some people could do something, they're immediately successful, but this thing takes a while, and you have to be really patient, and you're kind of sculpting a softer vinyl into like a wood chip in a background so that way it can be usable. Yeah, I strep. Okay, so my this is what I'm thinking. Out here, Howard County, we had during the lockdown, the kids did not go to school. After March 2020, they Hope graduated, and then for 2 years they had virtual school. So the only immune systems they were bouncing off of each other were each other. For 2 years, my kids were never sick because they were like everything was masked up, and like when they did outside events, people had stayed 6 feet away and everything. They go to school this fall, and left and right they were sick, like left and right, and it's just I was like, it has to be the fact that they're trying to work up their immune system, and because they continuously get sick, we do too. It's been never it hasn't stopped since September. And like Hope has missed a lot of days. She's able to finish a lot of her work online, and she's still an honor roll. But yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh my God. 4 times a year. I had strep once and I'd like totally freaked out. I freaked out. I'm sorry. Like I talk a lot, so I don't know. I can handle a lot. I can handle headaches. I can handle like something being broken, like no one's business. But when it comes down to strep throat, I can't. I have chronic sinusitis, so I know what it's like to have pain in your face or like your jaw hurting or your eyeballs going to pop out of your head. That happens on a daily. You can ask Monica. Monica knows. I'll be like my sinuses. Yeah. Okay. So the flu. Okay. So the type A, type B. I had no idea there was two types. Okay. First, call me ignorant. Just didn't know. The first one that Hope had was type B. She was absolutely miserable. And then I took care of her. So like literally when she got better, I was down and out, and Kendall tried to take care of me and just swept through our house. And the flu this year, this winter is horrible. It's horrible. And I honestly believe because so many people were like still like quarantine away that everyone's like out and about now, and we're just I mean, look at what is it that one actress, Jamie, they went to the Oscar, not the Oscars, but like an Academy Award, and like all these celebrities test positive for COVID afterwards. Meaning somebody went in there knowing that they're probably had symptoms, and they wind up giving it to all these people because they were all in close proximities. I was like, holy heck. And she spoke out about it. Um, like she was like, they should have did like screenings before we came in. I don't think we're still in that. I feel like we're still not in that safe zone where we all could be like 40 people deep in the same room, like without having some kind of distance to each other. So it is what it is. Yeah. There's these really cool masks though that I try to do before I go to bed. It's a mask that you warm up in the microwave, and it's just for your like eye socket. So I try to do that to help with any sinus pressures. And if my cheeks ever get really rosy, and you can tell when they are, that means my sinuses are full-fledged flared up. Like they're horrible. They did this. I had a sinus surgery relatively really young at 19. It did absolutely nothing. It actually made one side of my nose not able to breathe in. And every time I go to an ENT, that's their first thing they want to do. But I don't do it because of this. My first time of feeling like I have arthritis is my face. I can tell you when the storm's about to come because my cheeks hurt where they did the surgery. And I'm like, can you imagine them doing it again? I get they want to take polyps and everything out, but having arthritis in your face is horrible. I could tell you when the storm's coming. You could tell by my eyes. I'll have like the droopy eyes and whatever. I'm like, yeah, storm's coming. I'm like somebody with their leg that was broken or shot in a war, and they'll be like, my leg doesn't tell you it's about snow or whatever. Yeah, I have arthritis in my face. Yeah. So me and ENTs, we fight. I tried the allergy shots. I'm allergic to like 100 different type of tree and pollen. And so like there's nothing I can do. Yeah. I have author I can tell you. I'll be like, yeah, snow's coming. My face is gonna fall off. Oh my God, they can't. You can, but no. My auntie is very wise. There are people that have weather sensitive out like sinuses, and they know it. There's a medicine that they gave me, it's like a nasal one that I take when I feel the oncoming of it, and it can stop it. But that stupid nasal spray is like $1 million. But my ENT, she is very aware, and she says people tell able to say like hurricanes or storms are coming in from sinuses, they're absolutely right. Because it's a certain pressure that people that have chronic sinuses are able to feel that a normal person isn't able to feel. So she my auntie, she's on it. Yeah, she's a really good dog, but they always want to go in and be like, oh, let's do some exploratories. I see polyps. I'm like, no, I'm good. You're gonna just make the arthritis in my face worse. You know it. I know it. Like I'm really, really good. Um, I tried to go on my computer today though. It wouldn't let me live stream to do closed captioning. It's really, really irritating to me because I had an aunt, her name was Aunt Darlene, that was hearing impaired, and I'm really trying to get closed captioning because I know it's important. And I also am from California, so my fellow Californians are able to pick up like how fast I talk. California people talk fast, just like New Yorkers. That's why I feel like weirdly at home when I'm there. Uh, it, I am trying to do it. I couldn't live stream. It was asking me for my streaming services, so I'm trying to figure out if maybe if I work set up my cameras like I do, because I can live stream off of that. That's my plan B. I'm gonna try tomorrow. I'm just kind of baffled. I also put in a ticket with YouTube because I'm not understanding how this is not a feature. We have when you go YouTube Live, you have to put down what kind of audience have that no one under a certain age can go to it in case there's like, crude or crass language or adult situations, which I literally want to go to one of those lives for people that put adult situations just to see what it is. Um, but they don't have closed captioning, and I don't understand that. I if Facebook and Instagram have it, you would think we would have it on YouTube. It's kind of disturbing, and maybe this will like open up different tickets or something, and more people will complain or something to get this done because it makes zero sense. Um, because everybody's on YouTube. I don't know. Yeah, I need. My door has the door knockers for the labyrinth, but then as you walk in, it's like be wary, be cautious. Some like my son Roach did has this picture of me like trying to flip over a desk like Hulk smash because Monica could tell you like I Hulk smash when I don't like something. So I'm gonna start getting to work. I need to clean up my area from last night. Um, and I'm gonna start sewing. And if I am able to go live, it's probably not because everybody's home today and Hope's sick. So that means that they're going to stay at home today. They're going to get a lot of rowdy. Their kids. And then my puppy, who he's so big and he doesn't know it. He thinks he makes so much noise and he jumps off the walls. He's a really interesting dog, but we have dog training starting with him real soon. So he's really social. He's good at dog parks. He just doesn't know how big he is. Like, he sits on everyone's lap in the house. Like, if you're sitting down, he'll come and sit in your lap, and you're like, dude, you're like 160 pounds. You need to get off my lap. Yeah. And then the slobber kisses. It's kind of cute, though. All right. So I hope everyone has a really good Saturday. I will be coming back to you tomorrow to talk to you some more. And happy sewing, everyone. Oh, Loki's a half Great Dane and half King Corso. He looks more like everyone that sees him thinks he's just a huge King Corso. he's he hasn't filled out yet because he's a puppy. He's like a year and a half. And according to the vets, like larger breed dogs, after two, they cap on their height and then they start filling out. He's massive. Yeah, if some of my videos, if you watch, you'll see him like literally. I'll talk about him and he'll just come out of nowhere and he's like whining. He does bird whistles and you're like, oh, she has a cute little puppy. No, he's Gigantor. He's Scooby Doo who does bird calls. That's basically him. He's spoiled rotten, but he's so cute. He is so freaking cute. All right. Ooh, strawberry jam. Oh my god, that sounds good. Like on a bagel or something or toast. Texas toast. Ugh, that's yeah. Don't have that around me. I'll destroy it. All right. I'll talk to you guys all later, and I will talk. I hope you guys have a good Saturday and you get some sewing done. Bye.